This is one of my favorite recipes, steak and ale. And it's so easy and delicious. I know you're gonna love it, and tell all your friends about it. So how are we gonna start? Of course, we're gonna get that skillet hot first, and we're gonna go ahead and get our onions sliced up. To do this, we're gonna cut it from the root end to the stem end, where it's in half. And we're gonna place it on the flat side down. We're gonna leave the root side intact, and we're gonna cut off the tip where the stem is. Now we're going to peel off the outer 2 layers. We'll lay it flat again. We're only going to cut it once down the middle, not all the way through. Keep that root intact to hold everything together. Then we'll make some nice slices with the fingers curled up. And a nice rolling pivot cut to make some nice thin slices. Now we're going to place these into a bowl and set them aside. Then we're going to clean up our mess. Now remember, clean as you go. No one likes a sloppy chef. Now the recipe calls for sirloin steak, but you can use any steak you like. I saw these nice porterhouse steaks on sale at Fry, so I grabbed them up. Now, the difference between a porterhouse steak and a T-bone steak is the piece where the filet mignon is actually larger on a porterhouse than it is on a T-bone. So in reality, you're getting 2 steaks for the price of 1. You're getting the New York strip and the filet mignon. My wife likes filet, so I'll give her this piece, and of course, Dad gets the New York strip. We're gonna season with our Private Selection Steakhouse seasoning grinder. Make sure the lid's popped up for a coarser grind. And make sure you do both sides, so both sides of that steak's gonna taste good. Now that our pan is good and hot, let's add our olive oil and swirl the coat well. And we'll add our steak to the pan. Now I like to use stainless steel pans when I cook my steaks, because if you use a non-stick pan, you're not going to get that residual burn on the bottom of the pan like you do with stainless steel, which is called fond. There's a lot of great flavor in there, and it makes for a great sauce. Let's go ahead and pop this thing and give it a turn. Wow, looking good. Now I like mine medium rare, so we're going to pop this out of the skillet and put it on a plate and set it aside to rest. It's very important you always let your steaks rest for at least 8 to 10 minutes. Now there's that nice fond we talked about earlier. We'll go ahead and add our onions, and we'll give them a saute. Now that we've got some nice color on these onions and the whole house smells great, let's add our beer to the pan. And we'll simmer it till it's almost completely evaporated. Boy, it smells like French onion soup in the house. Let's finish it off with some butter. I'm gonna melt and ready to go. For a nice presentation, you're gonna wanna have some height on your plate. So we'll start in the middle and we'll stack up some mashed potatoes. Now we're gonna angle our steak so it kind of points up to that height. We'll smother it in those onions. And for some even greater height, let's stick in some thyme here.